Hey, what's happening, all you ninja out there? I'm Deuce Distant, and I'm coming at you with another chapter review of Naruto Next Generations. This time it's chapter 36, titled Raid. And I love the cover spread for this because it just shows off the main characters. And it's always interesting to see Mitsuki there because Mitsuki isn't really involved in too many events, honestly. He always kind of ends up becoming more of a background element. And while he's not on that kind of lack of a level, he's kind of like the Sai of the series. He's fascinating enough, but uh, ultimately, you know who the real main characters of this series are. Although it feels a little bit more defined in terms of this series than in the regular Naruto series. But let's get into the chapter proper as we see now Boruto, my apologies, Boruto running through the trees only for him to miss a step, slamming face first into a tree trunk. Mitsuki notes that it's kind of a lot like him. You know, this kid is actually usually kind of a prodigy, and to just lose his footing like that's kind of odd. And even Boruto notes, yeah, that's really weird. I've never really missed my footing like that since I've become a ninja. But Mitsuki notices something. Boruto's hand is bearing the karma mark, and not just regularly. No, it seems to be growing and spreading outward as if it's happening involuntarily, messing with his connection to his chakra abilities. And, he says, well, that's weird. Usually that only happens when I'm in battle or Kawaki's around. But, Mitsuki realizes, okay, so not in battle, so is something maybe happened to Kawaki? Should we go and investigate it? See if he's okay? And Boruto gives that, Star Wars line, I've got a bad feeling about this. So that's how you immediately know something's about to go down. Meanwhile, Kawaki is actually looking for the last piece of that vase that he's missing. And while Naruto says, well, it's no biggie, ultimately you're never gonna find it. Hinata cleans the house pretty thoroughly, so, it's not really gonna be a thing, but Kawaki's determined, It's that last piece, that last shape that he truly needs in order to complete this little project he set about. And he's not gonna feel too good about it if he, doesn't get everything set. It feels like he's left something unfinished, basically, like a puzzle where you're missing the final piece. I can understand that frame of mind, but you gave it your old college try. There was no way you were gonna find every single piece. One piece was bound to go missing. Meanwhile, we actually see Inocha and Shikodai talking about Kawaki specifically, and especially how their parents seem to feel towards this kid. With Shikodai saying, "Yeah, well, my dad really doesn't trust him too much. He still kind of sees him a bit like an enemy." Which, Inocha says like, my dad's now part of Ambu, so he keeps a watch on him. But my dad seems to think that he's all right. He does, though he does. But my mom says not to get too close, especially kind of giving how she was kind of checking out Kawaki in that previous chapter. So she's still a little bit wary about his involvement in it. But it really is nice to get some insight from these characters who I originally thought were going to have a bigger involvement in certain things, but not so much. But honestly, Shikadai says that, well, he doesn't seem like a bad guy. He seems like a fairly honest and sincere guy. I have no real animosity towards him. Meanwhile, Sakura is sitting pretty, buying some flowers because apparently Sasuke is finally coming home yet again. And it kind of it gives off that vibe like she's looking to be like, hey Sasuke, how about we make another baby? You know, that kind of a situation. But no, that's just my dirty mind. But Ino kind of even notes that, don't you think it's really weird that you have a husband who only seems to come home every now and again? Isn't it kind of odd that you're still such a doting, loving wife after all this time? But that's Sakura. She got the thing she always wanted most, so she's just happy to have got it in the end. But, even notes that, yeah, I don't know, man. If it was me, I don't think I'd be able to put up with it. But suddenly, like, weirdly enough, in comes Sarada, just saying, oh, well, she's come to look for her mom, wanting to ask her something specifically about the Byakugo no Jutsu that she has on her forehead. Meanwhile, we then cut to Jigen, who is still observing Naruto and specifically Kawaki, keeping an eye on the goings-on in terms of the Uzumaki household. And Jigen does kind of note that, well, it's been a while since this whole thing with Delta went down. Isn't it about time for Jigen to do something? It's like he's gotten kind of tired of just sitting around doing nothing, because it's not like he can really just go out and explore the village and all that stuff. But it's just like, oh man, Jigen must know about the karma that Boruto has at this point. What is this guy up to? What is he thinking? And, Kawaki still continues to try his best to look for that one last piece, and it's just like, okay, yeah, probably just gonna have to use some glue. Hinata and Himawari go out for shopping for dinner, and Naruto's out taking out the trash, an average day in the Uzumaki household. Unfortunately, something's a little off. The karma mark on Kawaki's hand changes into what looks like an eye. Meanwhile, Sakura does actually elaborate that the abilities of the Byakugo, how she stores all this chakra into her little thing on her forehead, and she's able to use it to unleash incredible strength. And Sarada kind of fills her in. It's just like, well, I heard from the seventh that it was, kind of like a seal, and it's kind of similar to the karma mark. And we were kind of wondering, hey, was there maybe some kind of correlation between that? And I like this. I like the fact that they're actually bringing in Sakura's ability now, because it's just like, okay, we've done all this stuff on Uzumaki clans and their whole situation and the whole Senju clan and all that, and then there you have the Byakugan and all that good stuff and how that connects into certain things, especially in terms of how it seems to connect all back to the Otsutsuki clan and all that good stuff. And then you have the various the Uchiha clans and the Byakugan and the Rinnegan and the Sharingan and all that good stuff, the eye techniques that are just really out there. And so it's just like to find out that the Byakuga has some kind of connection, apparently, to the Sage of the Sixth Path, because apparently, at one point, Tsunade had mentioned that, hey, yeah, well, this jutsu does come from a long while back. It was from the time of the Sage of the Sixth Paths. But, she segues out of that saying, wait, no. Let's stow this. I gotta go pick up some groceries and get them home and all these flowers and stuff. And that clues in Sarada that, oh, Daddy's coming home, yay! So all of two Sasuke fangirls out there are super excited that he's coming home. But this is kind of taken to the side as Ino starts to stumble, and she notes something, that a dark chakra has just entered into the village, specifically in the location of the Uzumaki household, as Kawaki falls to his knees, almost as if he were in pain, as if something were going on with his hand. And suddenly, the karma mark seems to shoot something out of it, almost what looks to be a dark chakra portal, and from that portal out steps Jigen of all people. This would have never been in my wildest dreams how I thought something like this would go down. The big boss just coming right up into Naruto's living room. Like, man, these karma guys keep getting all the way up to the Hokage in all these situations. It is wild because it's just like, man, all these people just really just rolling up on the Hokage like it ain't no big shit. And Jigen just rolls up into Naruto's house, and dude, you could mistake this from a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure manga because of all the menace sound effects going on here. But it's just like, yeah, no shit, you'd have that sound effects going on because it's just like, dude, the final boss just straight up rolled in to go down. And, naturally, Kashin Koji, I feel like I was calling them Jigen before. Kashin Koji's just like, what? He just came out of Kawaki's karma? I didn't know that was possible. But wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. A lot of things about this contradicts what we had to do before. Why was he making us transport the boy? I don't understand. But then, Jigen catches sight of Kashin Koji's toad, and he's just like, yeah, no, gotta dispel that. He doesn't want to get found out because of what he's been up to. But it's just like, wait, what is Jigen actually up to? Or was it possible that he was actually waiting to see what I was up to by letting me just go out and do my own thing? But meanwhile, Ino knows. It's just like, wait, there's someone, this sinister chakra, right next to Naruto. There must be an enemy who's come after Kawaki. So she immediately gets in contact with him, and Naruto's just like, yeah, the enemy's right in front of me. I'm gonna do whatever I can to deal with this guy. But, Ino's just like, okay, I'll have a security team on standby. So I like the cohesion here. Almost like Ino's like the personal link to the Hokage. But ultimately that was the role of her father, so now she's completely taken over that role as the massive sensory ninja. And Jigen rolls in, it's just like, did I just pop up in a dining room? That's weird. Yeah, hey, Naruto, sorry for, rolling up into your crib with my shoes on, tracking in all the shit I stepped in. It's just like, he says that in, such a sarcastic tone. It's just like, hey, what up, dude? Just kind of rolled up into your house, came to get my kid. And Naruto's just like, yeah, I've been waiting to meet you. Let's go. Let's have a little bit of a chat. But Jigen's like, nah, just came to get my kid. Don't really wanna. I ain't looking for no beef. But Naruto just runs up on him, trying to give him one. And Naruto, what you doing? Because he straight up gets just kicked right in the stomach by Jigen like he wasn't even shit. It's almost like Jigen just casually put his foot out and Naruto ran into his foot. Just like, hey, I didn't see you there, man. I was just doing my stretches and you just kind of ran into my foot. But on top of that, we see that Jigen also has those, big weird rod things that Pain would use to kind of, send out chakra control and those weird abilities, those control rods for chakra and all that good stuff. So Naruto ends up pinned down for the most part. And Jigen just starts really kind of laying into Kawaki. It's just like, okay, you've been rebellious enough. I hope you enjoyed the vacation. Time to go home, son. But Kawaki's just going through all that rebelliousness of it. He's just like, you ain't my dad. I never thought that you were my dad. Blah, 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 blah. And Jigen's just like, Okay, cut the shit, motherfucker. Meanwhile, Ino's just like, okay, I gotta, you know, send out the troops, gotta get all the information out there. And Sarah's just like, okay, I'll head home first, Mom. See you, bye. And Sakura doesn't even think twice about it. But it's obvious that Sarada is going right towards the Hokage's house after what she heard, just to check up and see if Boruto's okay. Meanwhile, Kawaki tries to get in a few licks on Jigen, but, you know, to no avail. This kid's basically in Jigen's pocket at this point. You know, he is nothing compared to Jigen. It's just like, why is it that you still can't control karma? What's up with that? You should be better at this by this point. Meanwhile, Naruto's still pinned, and even Karama's giving him slack. Just like, dude, come on, you can get up from this. What are you doing? Aren't you embarrassing? You know how embarrassing this is? The comment section's starting to talk about how you've lost your edge, which he probably has. It's just like, what has he gotten through? Like, almost 2 decades worth of peace? Of course, he's kind of lost at least a little bit of his edge. But Kashin Koji's just like, oh man, you know, do you really think you can trust these people? You know, they gave you this artificial arm that's probably used to track you. So he's really trying to get into Kawaki's head, make him doubt the Hokage, kind of turn on them. You know, this it's a typical abuser tactic where they kind of try to make their victims seem like they have no way out, no way of getting away from their attackers and all. But, you know, Kawaki continues to just not give in to any of this. And as Boruto and Mitsuki go racing off, you know, his karma mark starts to spread and he starts to really get concerned about if something's going on with Kawaki. And, you know, they're even spotted by Inocho. I still think his name's Inocho. And Shikadai. And so while Jigen starts to really manhandle Kawaki because he's just like, yeah, no, I've had enough of this crap. We are leaving this instant, young man. No Dairy Queen for you. And so he's really trying to grapple with Kawaki. And it's just like, okay, we'll just, you know, take care of you. We'll even get rid of that hand that you know, so nastily decided to get. So he's really talking some smack on the, you know, whole Uchiha clan with the way that he's talking to this guy. It's just like, you know, you ain't shit. You ain't nothing. Just come with me and we will do our own thing. It's just like, dude, if you were so impactful, you would have had a longer... You would have just, you know, rolled in from the beginning and got shit done. You ain't nothing. And, you know, that's Kawaki's frame of mind. It's just like, you ain't nothing. I got a new daddy now. You should have came to me beforehand, but now, you know, you don't go around insulting the 7th or anything. And during the course of this, Kawaki starts to sprout a horn, almost like he's an Otsutsuki clan member. So it's just like, and Jigen starts to be like, okay, this kid seems to be coming along fairly well. It's just like, well, what do you mean coming along well? What exactly were you trying to do here? But this is interrupted as Naruto does his best Might Guy impression with a dynamic entry and kicks Jigen right in the face. And he goes crashing right into the table, which is just like, yeah, you're gonna have to replace that. But, you know, while Naruto tells Kawaki, stay down, you know, stay out of the way, let the adults, you know, he even starts to kind of tear into Jigen. It's just like, yeah, no, that's not a way a father should treat their children. So that shows that he doesn't subscribe to the Homer Simpson. You know, Naruto doesn't subscribe to the Homer Simpson way of parenting, but, you know, Jigen's all for it because he straight up really wants to strangle a bitch. Specifically, we end the chapter with him saying, okay, if I want to get Kawaki out of here, what I'll have to do is just kill you, Naruto Uzumaki. So, you know, Jigen is pissed, he's ready to go down, whereas, you know, I doubt anything of real note's gonna happen at this point, at this time. It'll be unfortunate for Robin, but it'll be unfortunate because, didn't mean to say Robin. It'll be fortunate if someone actually does end up getting messed up after all the course of this. But I just can't see it. It's just like, it's weird that Jigen rolled up into this place like all this, but at the same time, it's just like, okay, nothing too bad has to happen. I can't imagine Jigen just straight up leaving with Kawaki. There has to be more to it than this. Hopefully, we'll find out a few mysteries and riddles in terms of who Jigen truly is and what his connection is with the Otsutsuki clan. You had a lot of speculation there, and he has to be something inhuman, but, the way that he hasn't been, he's just he's just so shrouded in mystery, and nothing about him, really screams Otsutsuki, except from that whole situation with the Otsutsuki who tried to, from the Naruto the last movie, Boruto, whatever it was called. But it's really hard to tell at this point where we're going, but because it could be anyone's game. But I don't see Naruto truly losing at this point. But then again, maybe because he doesn't want to do collateral damage, I could see that as well. But I'm starting to drift in and out of sleep, so let's wrap this up. Tell me your thoughts and theories in the comment section below in regards to this chapter. If you liked it, feel free to leave me a like. If you didn't, feel free to leave me a dislike and tell me what I did wrong in the comment section below. I kind of started drifting off here and there because I need to go to bed, work in the morning and all that good stuff. But definitely tell me your thoughts and theories in terms of Jigen and his abilities and what he can do and his motivations, who he truly is, because he's definitely got to have some form of connection to the Otsutsuki. But what? Why does it feel that only certain members of the Otsutsuki are actually powerful? But there seems to be a lot of discrepancy between actual planet Vegeta. No, not Vegeta. There seems to be a lot of discrepancies in, I'm thinking about aliens in terms of what, the power levels of each Otsutsuki member, of what they can do and who they truly are. We really need to find out some real hardcore information on the Otsutsuki clan. And what is Jigen after? What is Momoshiki after? I think that was Momoshiki, the guy who gave Boruto his curse mark. What is that trying to develop? There's just really a lot of mysteries and questions left to be answered. But again, definitely tell me in the comment section below. And if you want to see more Boruto chapter reviews, subscribe and hit the bell icon. And if you want to find me on social media, just Google DewsDizDin. I am everywhere for better or for worse. And until the next video, you just gotta remember to go on that epic raid for the thing that you truly desire. Pillage, plunder, and take what you want, no matter what it's a cost. And until the next video, I'm DewsDizDin, and God, it's time for me to go to bed. I need to watch over some of the weird things I said over the course of all of this. Bye-bye.